Now, first stage that I want you to try, I'm going to call this a sit down, if you like. I think of a name for it, so that's what I'm going to call it. It's like the downward part of the sit up. I know you've all got one of these somewhere, so jam it in the door. What I've done is tied a knot in the end, just a single knot. Poke that through the door, shut the door so it doesn't slip. And you don't want it to slip, believe me. Alright, so from here, I'm going to bend my knees, get myself fairly upright, hold on to the belt, and from here just lower myself down to a flat position, gradually. Good, and then I can get myself up any way I like. Good, start from here again, lower myself down. Good, get up any way you like, I don't mind how you get up. Upright, knees bent, it's good to have your knees bent. And lower down. Good. Now, I would do probably, well, do as many as you can, but I would get my repetitions up high for those before I moved on to try something else. Right? Because I think repetition builds strength in your muscles, builds resilience, and that's a good thing. That's what we're after eventually. All right, next video coming up. So the next logical step from sit downs is to do assisted sit-ups. So we're going to use the same thing, the belt jammed in the door, but this time we'll be starting on the ground and we'll pull ourselves up. All right, we ready? So, flat on the floor, get your hands on the belt, ready, pull yourself up, pull, 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 pull. Good, all right, now we'll lower ourselves down again. Down, down, down. Good, all right, let's go again, ready, pull, 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 pull. Bring yourself up, and then down, 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 down. Good again, ready, pull up. And down. All right, that's good. Now, don't be afraid to use every part of your body to help you get a sit-up started. Obviously, eventually what we want to do is work on getting your abs really involved and just do all the work themselves. But let's get to that. Let's take steps to get there. Using your arms to take some of the strain is good because it means your abs will be getting involved, but it will be a gradual process. All right, next video. Next up, we're going to use our arms in one direction, but not the other. All right, so we're going to lower ourselves down without using the belt, without using our arms, and then pull ourselves up using the belt. All right, so we'll give it a try. So bend your knees again. Obviously you need to have the belt within reach, but let's try to not use it to lower down. All right, so down we go, down we go, down we go, down we go, down we go. Good, and then pull up. Good, down we go without the belt, slowly. Good, and then pull yourself up. Down we go without the belt, slowly. Good, and pull yourself up. Down without the belt. And pull yourself up. Now, you know how it's going for you, so you know whether to use your arms more, less, or whatever. But you have to call the shots. You're the one that has to decide how much you're going to use your arms and how much you're going to use your abdominal muscles. Next video. Well, there are no prizes for guessing that we're going to do this the other way around. We're going to pull ourselves up using our abs, and we're going to lower ourselves down. Now really, you're almost getting to a full sit-up here, aren't you? So, but you are only using your abdominal muscles in one direction. Right, so this is a decent sized step from the last exercise, but still a step. It's still gradual. It's still less work than pulling yourself up and lowering yourself down. Right, here we go then. So we'll start at the top. I'll lower myself down using the belt, and then let go and crunch up. Good. Lower myself down. Good, and crunch up. Now you can probably see that when I come up, I'm using my arms to give me a start, help me get off the ground. Right? And that's fine. Using some momentum to get myself up is better than not being able to sit up at all. So that's the next step that I wanted to try. Okay, next step, we're not going to use the belt to pull ourselves up, but we're going to make some real use of our momentum, really use our arms to help us. And loads of people would say, they're cheating sit-ups, they're whatever. Well, I guess they are really, they're not full-on, probably only use your abs sit-ups, but that's what we're getting to, isn't it? We're getting to that point. All right, so let's go through this. Bend your knees still, yeah, keep your knees nice and bent. Arms back this way. Now I want to put your arms above your head. All right, and get your arms moving first so you get some momentum. Throw those arms forward and then sit yourself up. Lower yourself down. Arms forward. Throw it up this way. And back. Throw those arms forward. And back. Alright, now something else which I think is perfectly acceptable to do when you're getting the hang of this, hang on to your shorts, you know, from here, just holding the leg of your shorts, that's not too easy, is it? Pull yourself up, see if that helps, and back, and pull up, and back. Although, for me personally, that wasn't any easier than doing sit-ups, but the arm swing really helps, so that it takes a lot of the initial effort to get that first start off the ground. Okay. Next up then, let's put our hands across our chest. No. Next up, let's put our hands on our legs. Now, putting your hands on your legs is a good guide because it can tell you how far to go for a crunch as opposed to a sit-up. Yeah, so let me explain as I go. So if you bend your knees and put your hands on your thighs, now if you slide your hands up to your knees, then this really is a crunch rather than a sit-up. And a crunch really is when your abdominal muscles all pull together hard to tighten themselves up, but as soon as your back lifts off the ground, you reverse the action and go down again. Because technically, when your back lifts off the ground, then you're not really working your abdominal muscles anymore, you're working your thigh muscles. It's still a good exercise, it's a great exercise, but it's not isolating your abdominal muscles. You know, it's It's still a good exercise, but it's not isolating your abdominal muscles. It's, I guess, what we call a combination exercise. Still great, still a really good and worthwhile exercise to do, but not an abdominal isolation. So let's do a few crunches with our hands on our thighs. Alright, we ready? Keep those knees bent again. Hands on your thighs. Crunch up and back. Now, with most abdominal exercises, the more slowly you do them, A, the more effective they are, and B, the more difficult they are. So if I do those crunches faster, it's easier for me, and I think it probably will be for you. So let's try the same exercise but doing it a bit faster. I'm sure you found that easier. Now, one of the reasons why I think that's faster is you tend to use the momentum from your arms still. You're pushing your arms forward, and that gives you a bit of a lift to start the action of the crunch, doesn't it? So we can isolate that by putting our hands across our chest, like this. All right? So let's try that. So hands across your chest, this way, and crunch, and back. Crunch. So that's a nice way to crunch as well. And it's very hard, if you keep your hands on your chest, it's very hard for you to use any momentum on this. Next, you can put your hands behind your head. The thing you have to be careful of is when you put your hands behind your head, that you don't lock your fingers and pull on your head, because you put some strain on your neck, and that's not good. I mean, you're not trying to, well, I wouldn't say you would strengthen your neck by doing those, doing exercises that way, but you're not trying to work your neck at all. So let's make sure we don't pull on our head. All we're doing, in fact, is bring our arms up higher so that we have more weight at the top of the lever, right? So it should make it more difficult. Right, let's do a few of those then. So, right back, hands behind your head. Remember, do not pull on your head or your neck. Ready then? So we'll crunch this way and back. Alright, so that's pretty much a full-on crunch, the fullest of full-on crunches. As you know, we tend to do them in class with our hands on our thighs. They're really good exercises that way, and the hands are a good guide as to how far you need to travel up when you crunch. I will just do one more abdominal exercise in this position. I'm not sure what to call this really. I think probably a exaggerated sit-up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay flat on my back with my knees bent. I'm going to come up, put my hands on my head, come up, and as I get to the top, I'm going to push my torso forward and really arch my back the other way. So what I'm doing when I do that is to engage my back muscles, my dorsal muscles as I get to the top, so that I just get a little bit of balance between front of my body, back of my body, front of my body, back of my body. And then obviously as I go down again, I try and reverse the action. It's always worth remembering, whatever exercise you do, there's a contraction phase and a relaxation phase. The contraction phase obviously works the muscle that you're trying to work. The relaxation phase can also work that muscle if you relax it quite slowly and keep a little bit of tension in that muscle as you relax it. So you gradually take the tension and you gradually allow that muscle to extend again, rather than just tensing and then switching the muscle off and sort of flopping back to position. Yeah? Alright, so let's try a few of those, what do we say, we call them extended push-ups or exaggerated sit-ups. Alright, so here we go. Then lie back, hands behind your head. Alright, so keep our knees bent, we're going to sit up and arch and back. Up and arch and back and arch and back. And I like to have my hands, my fingertips on the side of my head, and I know I'm not pulling. Right, so here's sit up and arch and back and arch and back, arch and back. Okay. Now, as always, my advice with these off the mark videos is to do a higher number of a lower level of exercise before you try and move on to the more difficult exercise, because it gets tone into the muscles that you're trying to use. It builds a little bit of resilience, and then when you go to that more difficult level, you're less likely to injure yourself, tear a muscle, end up with sore muscles and those type of things. Yeah, so taking my advice, I would advise you to do more at a lower level before you move up to the next level. And there's no benefit at all in rushing and trying to do 5 of those last exercises. We did the exaggerated sit-ups when that's a real strain on your body, when you could perhaps do 25 lowering yourself down with a belt. Yeah? Because you're going to build up more resilience and more durability in your abdominal muscles. Alright, hope it's useful, and as always, if you've got any comments, please send them to me, put them in the comments below, give me some feedback, and if you have any requests, anything else you'd like me to cover for getting started from scratch, then let me know. I'll be happy to try and help. See you soon.